Okay, guys, very good morning. This is Siddharth Singh, and I am teaching you subject food production. And today's topic is study of Indian foods and their ingredients, spices, and gravy. So basically, in this chapter, I will give you the knowledge for Indian food ingredients, which kind of ingredients are used in Indian food, and various types of gravies which is actually used in Indian cuisine, and various types of spices, the various spices, herbs and spices which is used in Indian cuisine. I will give you the brief idea about the all the things. So this is the new chapter. It is your from your syllabus. It is unit 4. So apart from these things, you will come to know in next two videos about the regional cuisine. So before moving to the regional cuisine, I will give you the basic idea about the ingredients which is used in various cuisines in India, like in Punjabi cuisine, which kind of ingredients are used. And if we are talking about your Kashmiri or Awadhi or Gujarati, Maharashtrian, any cuisine from India, which kind of ingredients are used generally, and which kind of spices and herbs are used. So particularly what happens in India, every region have their unique identification for using the various spices and herbs, and obviously the ability of ingredients is actually depend upon their actually basic. So basically they give the more idea about the ingredients. Okay, so let's I will share that slides, and according to that I will teach you, and I will give you the brief idea for the particular topic. Okay, one more thing you have to come to know, that once you are reading the various ingredients, you have to know, okay, this raw material is available in the particular region, and that's why it is very common they are using in their cuisine. Okay, so like if we are talking about the Punjabi cuisine, what will happen, they are using lots of dairy products, because Punjabi cuisine, why they are using lots of dairy products, because they are actually having easily available in their market. Because of that reason they are using. So these idea you have know, and then you will come to know why they are using. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the slides here. So see, this is the first slide, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the objective for this syllabus, objective for this chapter. What is the objective of this chapter? So basically, by studying this chapter, you will come to know the background of different Indian cuisine, what are their backgrounds, and then you will learn to know the English terms for various Indian spices. So that is the most important thing you guys should know in English, the spices names in English, because once you will go in international cuisine, or somewhere from apart from India, you are going outside to another country, you have to know the name in English, because local language is not going to be used over there. So you have to know. Then the some famous traditional culinary terms and in the Indian cuisine. So which like in till now you have learned about the mise en place, mise en scene. Like that only in Indian cuisine there are particular terms are used. So you have to know that also. And then you will come to know types of gravies and masalas, which is very important for you guys. So how homemade garam masala, homemade curry powder, homemade your sambar masala are made, that is very important for you guys to understand, because you will not going to use in hotels the ready-made masala. You have to make your own masala at your place, because that is the thing is going to give you the signature dish for you guys. Because once you are using the particular ready-made masala, you will get the ready-made flavor, you will not get the authentic flavor. For the authentic flavor, you have to have actually use your masala, homemade masala. Then the India, if we are talking about the cuisines, India is a blend of different culture and languages, you already know. So that influence the cuisine also. Okay, guys. So like if different culture we are talking about, like Punjabi is having their they have a unique culture. Maharashtrian is having their culture, and Bengali is having their culture. So what we'll have, you will see the the three state is having the different culture, and their food is also totally different. Okay, you will not see similarity in Punjabi, Maharashtrian, and Bengali. They are totally different. Whether they are in India, but obviously they are in different atmosphere. Their atmosphere, the atmosphere is different, the food is different, the culture is different. So this is what actually. Rarely one can find such place where so many varieties are available within the country. If you are talking about, you will not find any country like India that is having different state is having different food. All over Europe you will go, and if you are going in USA, you will not find. They are having the similarity in their regions, even not within the country. They are having similarity in the bunch of countries. Like if you will go in Europe, you will find the same food which is served in Norway, that is also served in Austria. So because they are nearby countries, so their food is similar. But in India, within the country, you will have varieties of cuisines. That is why we are saying that India is having a different culture and having a different types of cuisine. Okay. So if we are talking about, there is a wide difference in Indian regional food are found in their preparation, service, ingredients, and aroma. Obviously, if we are talking about the ingredients, preparations, and obviously aroma, you will find lots of different in like I gave you already the example for Punjabi and Bengali and Maharashtrian. Obviously, the food from Punjab is going to be very rich, but if you are talking about the Maharashtrian, they are actually not eating that rich food. They are eating actually the food which is tangy in nature, or which is actually some reason from Maharashtra. They are eating lots of spices like Kolhapuri. If we are talking about the Kolhapuri mutton, obviously they are using lots of spices in that. They are not eating that rich food like Punjab. But once you will go in Bengal, you will find over there they are eating lots of fish preparation. Even Maharashtrian is using lots of fish preparation, but as compared to the Bengali cuisine, you will find lots of dishes are made from fish. Okay, so this is, and even if we are talking about the dessert, then Chena and Rasgulla is very famous from Bengal. And if you are talking about the Punjabi cuisine, you will find they have a very unique culture about the gravy. The richness of gravy is very famous from Punjab. Okay, so this is what actually we are going to discuss in this chapter. Even Indian foods provides variety and satisfaction to take guest different way, in a different way. Obviously, the same guest who is going to visit Bengal, or if they are going to Odisha, or if they are going to Maharashtra or somewhere else, they have a different flavors, or they have a going to found different cuisines. So here in India, you will get lots of varieties here. Okay, so this is what we will going to study about the chapter. The objective of chapter is that only. And then if we are talking about the role of spices in Indian cuisine, very important to you to understand this topic, because without understanding this topic, what is the role of the spices, then you cannot actually survive in Indian cuisine, because every spices have their unique taste, unique characteristics. If we are talking about the characteristics, so every spices have their characteristics. Like if I will take the example of like a black pepper, what will happen if you will add black pepper? The hotness, obviously, you will get very hot flavor if you are adding the black pepper, as well as if you are adding the black pepper, you will get the medicinal purpose also. You, if you have a cough, cold, anything like flu type of things, then obviously it is going to help you out. It will give you warm from your inner side once you are having. So if there is any kind of like if we are talking about the Kashmiri cuisine or Punjabi cuisine, what will happen? They have a winter season, and at that time in winter season, their temperature is going around 5 degrees Celsius or below 5 degrees Celsius. So what happens? They are using, because of that reason, they are using lots of black pepper in their product. So like that only, you will found every spices have their characteristics, and that's why they are used. Like if we are talking about the Ratan Jot, it's a very common ingredients, and Ratan Jot gives actually color to the product. Once you will adding Ratan Jot in the product, actually you will found the product is in red color. So only the taste is not going to play the very important role. If you want to good food, then color is also playing very important role in taste as well as in appearance also. So very important you guys to understand the characteristic of the ingredients. It is very important. So here you will see spices in Indian food are not heavy, and although Indian food is not bland, most Indian dishes are directly spiced to enhance the flavor of main cooking ingredients. Curry powders sitting on the grower shelf may be like sawdust when compares it to the fine spices roasted, combined and dry ground or wet ground in traditional Indian traditions. Fresh ground spices are the order of the day in an Indian home and will be chosen according to the nature of this season, individual and family. So it is more depend upon if you are blending the spices in Indian cuisine. It is depend upon the individual how you are liking the product. Like garam masala, if someone is liking more green cardamom, or someone is liking more black cardamom, or someone is if liking the more jeera in that. So it is depend upon the person to person how they are using and how they are making the combination of the spices. It is all about experience. It is not like there is a set ratio for the garam masala or sambar masala, curry powder. Everyone is having that in book. But Apart from that, once you are making your own dish, then you can do little bit here and there and you can make your unique taste. So that is what it is talking about. So very important for you guys to understand that it is not necessary that you will go with the same ingredients like book is saying. It may different. It is different individual to individual, or it is depend upon the family also. Might be your grandmother is using the garam masala in the combination with black pepper, green cardamom, black cardamom, long and cumin, etc. But someone in if you will found someone's family is not using jeera in the garam masala. So what will happen? The taste is going to be different. If we are talking about the taste, obviously the taste will be different. So it is depend upon the family, individual, or season also. Sometimes what will happen generally, if we are talking about the summer, at the summer time they are not using lots of red chili or black peppers, because their characteristics is hot nature. The nature of the product is very hot. So in winter season they are using, but once it comes to summer they are not using. So it is depend upon season also. So we talk about the individual, we talk about the family as well as season. So it is all depend upon individual's choice. And the role of spices and herbs has gone beyond just cooking. Okay, so it is not about the only cooking. It is all nowadays. It is about the medicine purpose also. The lots of spices and herbs are used. It is not like if we are talking about the Ayurvedic things. So what will happen? They are making the combination of spices and herbs, and they are making medicines. So it is not only about the cooking. And if we are talking about the masala, masala is the word that is often used in Indian kitchen. Okay, so masala is not only the spices. Actually, masala is the combination of spices. Once you are combining more than one spices, that is called actually the masalas. So the different types of actually combination of masalas are available in market, like curry powder and garam masala. So the basic difference between curry masala and garam masala are actually, once we are talking about the garam masala, that is in North Indian, we are talking about the blend of spices. Garam means itself, it means hot. So basically that is means the spices, once you will add the garam masala, the product will be hot in nature. Hot means I am not talking about the temperature of the product, I am talking about the product's nature. What will happen once you will have that product, you will feel warm from inside. That is what I am talking about, the garam masala. And obviously the combination of spices also warm the body, as well as it helps in digestion also. So that is what very important. And once we are talking about the curry powder, it is actually not about, generally you will not see curry is used in North Indian's cuisine, that is used in Western. Okay, so Western or South in Indian cuisine, generally you will see the curry masalas are used. The primary flavor of curry masala is actually curry leaves. Okay, so what I will do now, I will give you the recipe for how to make the curry powder as well as how to make the garam masala. Okay, so first I will discuss how to make the curry masala. So for making the curry masala, you have to take 1 cup of coriander seeds, and here we are using lentils also. So you can take, if you are taking 1 cup of coriander seeds, you can take half cup of chana dal as well as urad dal half cup. So the whole lentil will be 1 cup, half chana and half urad, and then you have to add around 2 to 3 teaspoon of oil, and then hing and red chili, and then you have to take a heavy pan, and first you will dry roast the coriander seeds, chana dal and urad till the aroma is coming out. Once the aroma will come automatically from the pan, once you will heat the coriander seeds, then add the oil. That oil you have to add in that and fry them, and then add the red chili and fry for around 2 to 3 minutes, and then place all the ingredients. Once it is fried, place all the ingredients in a blender and blend it very well, and then add the hing remaining, that is the hing, and you can use the salt at that time also, or you can remain the curry powder or curry masala flat itself, and later on you can add the salt once you are making the dish. Okay, so this is what your actually the curry powder. Here what you are seeing, that you are not going to get lots of actually spices. Only hing and coriander seeds are the basic ingredients, and then what you are adding, the lentils you are adding, and you are making the powder from the lentils. Okay, then what I am going to do, I am going to give you now about the garam masala, how the garam masala is made. Basically for the garam masala you can use coriander seeds, cumin seed, black pepper, cinnamon, black cardamom, dry ginger, bay leaf, even cloves, as well as your green cardamom you can use. What you have to do, the ratio for, if you are using around 100 or 140 grams of coriander seeds, you can use around 100 grams of cumin and 50 grams of black pepper and 25 grams of cardamom and your cinnamon, and rest of all will be 15 grams, and then take all the ingredients in a blender and blend it, make the fine powder, and keep it in a airtight containers, and later on you can use. But I will give you the best idea. Once you are needing, then only you make the garam masala. Otherwise what will happen, you will lose the aroma of the garam masala. So very important for you guys to understand that whenever you are requiring, just make for your for yourself at that same time, and once you are finished with that, keep it in an airtight container, and you are making that quantity only. So whatever you are requiring, you have to make that much only. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to give you some also English and Hindi name for the masalas, spices. If we are talking about the masalas or spices, turmeric first, very important for you guys to understand. Turmeric means haldi, or if that is what very important for you. And then red chili powder. Red chili powder is your लाल मिर्च का पिसा हुआ, ठीक है. एंड देन कोरिएंडर सीड्स और कोरिएंडर पाउडर. कोरिएंडर सीड मीन्स साबुत आपका धनिया, और कोरिएंडर पाउडर मीन्स धनिया का पाउडर, ठीक है. एंड देन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्लोव्स, मीन्स लौंग, फेनल, सौफ, cinnamon, very important for you guys to, दालचीनी, ठीक है, and then your bay leaf means तेज पत्ता. So you can find out these names from Google. You can search if you are not knowing. I'm giving you little which is very important for you guys to understand. और we are talking about if धनिया, अगर हम हर्ब्स की बात करते हैं, हर्ब्स की, तो जैसे पुदीना यूज होता है, पुदीना इज योर मिंट लीव्स. एंड इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द कोरिएंडर लीव्स और सिलांत्रो, देयर आर टू वर्ड फॉर धनिया का पत्ता. There is a coriander leaves, very common in India. We are talking about the coriander leaves. But once you will go in a good restaurant or 5-star hotels, they will say the cilantro. Cilantro is very common for you guys to understand. Okay. Then now here I have given you lots of Hindi names. Fenugreek seeds is methi, poppy seed is khaskhas, saffron, kesar, you will found. Okay. So till here I gave you all the ingredients name, and now the second topic from this video is type of gravy. So I gave you the idea about the spices, which kind of spices are used, and I gave you the recipe for making garam masala as well as curry powder. Now I am giving you the idea about types of gravy. So basically the 6 types of gravies are very common in Indian cuisine: Shahi gravy, makhni, kadhai, haryali, vegetable and kofta. So basically Shahi gravy is also called Mughlai gravy. This is very rich gravy and is made of cashew nut, boiled onion paste, char magas, yogurt and cream. Makhni gravy, this is tomato based gravy and is cooked in white butter and cream, used for butter chicken, paneer makhni. Kadhai gravy, this is cooking of onion with double quantity of tomato and finished with capsicum and coriander, used for kadhai chicken, paneer kadhai. Haryali gravy, this is a green color gravy and is made of puree of spinach and coriander like palak chicken or paneer palak. Then the fifth one is vegetable gravy. This is yellow gravy, color gravy made of cashew nut paste, onion and tomato, like we are making matar paneer gravy. So basically the gravy from matar paneer is actually the vegetable gravy. The sixth one is kofta gravy. This is made from brown onion paste and is used widely for the mutton and chicken dishes like nargis kofta and chicken curry. So till here these 6 gravy are used, and basically kadhai gravy and makhni gravy is very common, and shahi gravy. Okay, and rest of all you have to know the gravy, and once you will come to know how to make the gravy, it will very easy for you guys to make the vegetable or meat preparation from various Indian cuisines dishes. Okay, so it is very important for you guys to understand the gravy. Once you are able to understand how to make the particular gravy, vegetable gravy or kofta gravy or shahi gravy, then you will very convenient for you guys to make the product. Okay, so in today's class we discuss about the ingredients which is used in Indian cuisine, especially spices, which kind of spices are used and what is the role of spices. So basically characteristics of the spices is very important to you to understand, then only you can use the ingredients. Otherwise it is very difficult for you guys to understand how to mix the ingredients. If you will mix more hot like red chili, then it is going to be hot. If you are going to make less, then the taste will be flat. So these are very important for you guys to understand. And their Hindi English name, for you guys I will suggest Hindi English name. You can do one thing. You can write it on a paper, and you can paste it on your room, and every day you should look at that table, so that only you can remember, and you have to use on a daily basis the English name. Then only you will come to know. Otherwise it is very difficult you guys to understand. Okay. Then we discuss about the various types of gravy, and how the various gravies are made, and their uses. Okay. So thank you for watching this video, and have a good day.